You've probably had the first drug on this list this week. Almost nobody survives the last one unchanged. This is your life on every drug. Let's start with the drug that kills more people than every other one on this list combined: alcohol. And it's at every party you've ever been to. It's a depressant. It pours sand in your brain's gears. That warm buzz, that's your brakes failing, not happiness arriving. Confidence goes up exactly as fast as judgment goes down. A few more and your memory recorder just switches off. That's a blackout. You're still awake. Nobody's filming. Your liver clears about 1 drink an hour. You're on your 5th. The hangover? That's withdrawal. Your brain's snapping back. Hard. Years of heavy pouring and the liver factory starts boarding up. Long term, the brain physically shrinks. And because it's everywhere, addiction sneaks in wearing a party hat. And here's the dark twist. For heavy dependence, quitting cold turkey can literally kill. Fun fact, the workers who built the pyramids were partly paid in beer. Verdict, the most normalized drug on earth. Next, the drug that alcohol drinkers call dangerous. The one your friend calls just a plant. Minutes in, THC hijacks your brain's own control panel. Time stretches like gum. Music suddenly has 17 layers. And chips become a religious experience. That's dopamine, flowing easier than nature intended. But your short-term memory? Unplugged. Reaction time? Down. Coordination? Gone. Use it daily as a teen and the brain wires around it. Motivation quietly packs its bags. Quit after years and sleep turns into a war zone. For most, life goes on. For some, panic, paranoia, and in rare cases, it flips a switch that doesn't flip back. Fun fact, early American farmers were legally required to grow hemp. Verdict, not harmless, just patient. Next one doesn't change your mood, it changes your reality. Shrooms, nature's reality editor. Psilocybin sneaks into your serotonin locks. First hour, everything breathes, colors get louder, patterns crawl. Your brain regions that never talk, suddenly best friends. That's why sounds get colors and thoughts get shapes. Then the ego starts to dissolve. The line between you and everything gets blurry. Some call it the most meaningful experience of their life. Others call it 6 hours of pure terror. A bad trip can't kill you, but it can convince you it will. And there's no exit button until it's over. Body-wise, barely toxic. Mind-wise, a loaded dice roll. Fun fact, fungi are closer relatives to you than to plants. Verdict, the door swings both ways. Now, the drug nobody on YouTube talks about. Speed, amphetamine. Europe's quiet favorite. It floods your brain with dopamine and noradrenaline at once. Suddenly, you're the most confident raccoon alive. Energy for days. Literally, sleep stops existing. Hunger? Deleted. Your heart, meanwhile, is running a marathon it never signed up for. Blood pressure climbs. Jaw clenches. Pupils blow wide. Then, the crash. Empty dopamine tank. Days of gray. So you take more, and the loop tightens. Weeks of heavy use and paranoia moves in. Skin picking, teeth grinding, a body running on fumes. Long term, it rewires the brain's reward system to only answer one call. Fun fact, in World War II, Air Forces handed pilots speed pills to stay awake on missions. Verdict, borrowed energy at loan shark interest. Next up, the love drug with a battery problem. MDMA, ecstasy, the chemical hug. It doesn't just release serotonin, it empties the entire warehouse. For 4 hours, everyone is your best friend. Music feels like it's playing inside your chest. Your body temperature climbs, and you don't notice. Overheating on a dance floor has killed people. So has drinking too much water to fight it. And the pill itself? Often not even MDMA. Tuesday arrives. The warehouse is empty. They call it the midweek crash. Chemical debt. Use it often and the highs shrink while the debt grows. Heavy users report memory gaps and flatlined moods. The hug costs exactly what it gives. Fun fact, MDMA was invented in 1912, then sat forgotten in a drawer for 60 years. Verdict, borrowed happiness. Repayment starts Tuesday. Now, the drug that makes you feel like a king. Briefly, cocaine, the ego in powder form. It blocks your brain from recycling dopamine, so it just piles up. For 20 minutes, you're the smartest raccoon in every room. 20 minutes, that's the whole ride. Then the pile drains, below where it started. So you go again. And again, same night, your heart pays for every round. Blood vessels squeeze, pressure spikes, rhythm stumbles. Cocaine doesn't care if you're 19 and healthy. Mix it with alcohol and your liver builds a third drug, more toxic than either. The come down, paranoia, irritability, and a 4 a.m. ceiling stare. Long term, the nose septum literally erodes. And the brain? It stops rewarding anything else. Fun fact, the original Coca-Cola recipe contained actual cocaine. Verdict, a 20-minute crown, a lifetime lease. Remember speed? Meet its evil twin, methamphetamine. Same family as speed, with one extra piece. That piece lets it storm the brain faster and stay for 12 hours. The dopamine release is 10 times anything natural. No natural joy will ever compete again. Days awake, the body never gets to repair. Skin ages years and months. Teeth crumble, dry mouth, grinding, and neglect working together. Then come the shadow people, and the crawling feeling under the skin that isn't there. Psychosis can outlast the drug by months. Recovery is possible, but the brain scans take over a year to look normal, and some users say colors never come back all the way. Speed borrows, meth robs. Fun fact, in World War II, German soldiers were handed millions of meth pills, nicknamed tank chocolate. Verdict, the fastest trade of a life for a feeling. One drug left, the quietest one on this list. Heroin doesn't make you feel amazing, it makes you feel nothing wrong. Every alarm in your brain switched off at once. Pain, fear, stress, loneliness, gone. That's why it's the trap. It works. It also switches off the alarm that tells your lungs to breathe. Too much and breathing just stops. That's an overdose. Not dramatic, just quiet. Tolerance builds fast. The same piece needs more every week. Skip a day and the body riots. Withdrawal won't kill you. It'll just make you beg for the thing that will. Life narrows to one single errand, repeated forever. Street supply today is often cut with fentanyl, 50 times stronger, which means every single dose is a coin flip with a rigged coin. People do climb out. It takes years, help, and usually more than one try. Fun fact, heroin was once sold in pharmacies as cough medicine. For children, verdict, it doesn't take your life all at once. It takes it in installments. 8 drugs, 8 different prices. Notice one pattern? Every single one charges interest. Your brain gives everything free, just slower. Subscribe and I'll keep proving it.